Okay, we're going to use these instructions to do the video alignment. I'm just going to skip 7 to step 7 here, just because I don't want to do the whole thing. I just want to give you an idea what happens. But it says set the frequency on the signal generator at 21.8. Adjust A10. A10 is demonstrated over here. I have also the layout showing what the correct coils are. Down here you'll see, down low here you'll see I have the signal generator. I have the frequency counter, double checking the 21.8. I've got my bias meter set up to make sure I have the bias set properly. And as you look over here, you can see the VTVM is indicating less than 1 full volt. So now I'm going to go on to slug A10, which is right here. I will get my fiberglass rod adjusting tool. The hardest part of alignment is getting on that thing. Okay, now keep an eye on the, I will turn this, and while I'm adjusting this you'll watch the needle swing. This is from by peaking the coil. First I'll turn it off to make sure I'm talking to it. There, I just detuned it. I'll tune it back. I'm watching for a peak, and then it comes back again. So I'll try to get it right on that peak, right about there. Right about there. Okay, then I'll come over here and I'll readjust my next frequency. For my chart up here is 22.3. So I will go down and I will adjust this to say 22.3. Frequency counter is great. 22.3. Now I will adjust, according to this I should be adjusting slug A11. A11 is this slug up here. This is called stagger tuning, where different transformers or different coils are tuned to different frequencies in order to increase the band pass. Now, watching the meter, I will again adjust one way and the other, make sure I'm doing something here. I'm coming off peak, on peak, off peak, go back to on peak. I'll stop right there. This is a little bit, I mean, I've already got this pretty well tweaked out, so I'm not expecting major changes to take place, but that's how you do it. Now let's go to the next coil, which is right here. This coil was interesting. It actually had broken. It was stuck and the little slot had cracked off. One half of this had cracked off, so I ended up having to take this whole transformer out, grind it off, get a nice new flat, and then cut a new slot. That was a pain, but there was no way I was going to adjust a transformer with a broken slot. But we're going to take that transformer, adjust him next. According to the instructions, that would be 25.25. I'm just going to confirm that, 25.25. So we're going to adjust the frequency again to 25.25. Sneak up on it. That's close. We'll try a little bit. I'm sure this is 10 times more accurate than it ever would have been done back in the day using a frequency counter like this. That's only 100. So get a little bit closer there. This we're having that's pretty close. Okay, 25.25. I will go and adjust this coil right here. So again, I use my adjusting tool. I get on that freshly milled slot. Now we watch the meter. And again, we're looking for peaks. So I'll go off peak. Ooh, that's not good. Go the other way. On peak. It starts going off peak as I continue to turn clockwise. So now I'm going to back it off counterclockwise again. And try to get right in the middle of that. And that's 25.25. And the last one is 23.5. 23.5. So we make one more adjustment here. 23.5. Okay, that's pretty close, 23.5. And I'm adjusting the last slug. Again, again, we get on here. These little lights are really handy. I like them a lot because you get in tight spots. Watching the meter, I will adjust counterclockwise. Comes off. Clockwise, it goes on. Continue clockwise, it comes off. Try to get right at that peak, right in the middle of that peak. There we go. And that's the final one. The last thing we should do is set the traps. Now, I didn't discuss setting the trap before, but I'll go ahead and set one of the traps now. Let's do this last one, A8, 19.75. Adjust A8 for the minimum. So first we have to get it on 19.75. So I'm going to come down, 19.75. By the way, I did modify this signal generator a little bit so that this entire band would all be on one band D. It originally didn't work that way. I added a capacitor into the LC circuit in there to make this thing cover this entire band on one switch selection. I just found it easier to work that way. I was having problems with band D. Let's see, 19.75. Again, a synthesized RF generator would be great for this. I'm not going to try any closer than that. It's only 100. Okay, so we go to 8. Now that one's on the top. So if we're doing that, I've got to get over here on the top and engage that screw. There we go, we got it. Try to keep your hand as far away from everything as possible so you don't get any RF coupling problems. Okay. That's interesting. I have to think about this. Okay, I'll come back to this. Okay, I've reset the 19.75. Let's go back over here to the meter. Where it had happened was I had messed up the zero adjust. So I've corrected that, I've re-zeroed the meter, and now I'm going to adjust for the null. So at 19.75, this is a trap, and a trap works differently. You want the minimal signal to go through. So again, adjusting the top core, which is a trap core, I'm going to adjust for a minimum. As you watch, as I adjust this, it should start to go up if it's not set at the minimum. There it goes up. Adjust it till that needle goes all the way down, and it goes up again when I get past the resonant point. So I'm shooting for that low, that null setting right there. That's how you set the trap for 19.75. So you'll do that for, come over here now. I need to do that for these other 27.25 and this 21.25 up here, but I'm not going to do that now. I've already done it. I don't want to do it yet again. But that's the basic idea. By setting these traps, look over here, these traps pull in the bandpass here and here. There's your 21, that's your 27.25, and there's the 21.25 and the 27.25 right there. And the 19.75 trap is the one I set right here. And as far as the rest of this is a combination of these other three frequencies, 22.3, 25.25, and 23.5, all combining together to make this bandpass. So the bandpass is basically set up by stagger tuning along these different frequencies here, and then trapping to pull down the edges here. Anyway, that should do it for the video.